15th. Call this meeting to order. And the fourth capital plan, that's the first item on the agenda.
Yeah, it's actually the only thing that we have to go over today.
Okay. You got the floor?
Thank you. So today is our annual plan meeting. It's been posted now for over 60 days at the town hall. And it's just to get a board's vote on spending. Everything here today we're going to talk about is our plan. It does not mean that it's stuck in stone, because if something comes up that's an emergency, we can take some of this money and switch it over if something happens here. So with no emergency, this is how we plan to spend the money. But a lot of times in the past, we have, Mike, and now that we have a maintenance man as per diem, they've been allowing us to do the projects in-house, which it's called a force account. Once we do a force account, it allows our maintenance men to use, to do the work, which saves us sometimes a lot of money on projects. So it's making the money here stretch a lot farther than it would in housing authority that does not have the capability of maintenance doing the work. And with that being said, if you look at our CIP for the past couple of years, if you look in the yellow column, it shows a selective window replacement. When the state's given us our capital improvement money, so much does have to be spent on our 689. So we've had the money in there with Mike being out last year. It stays there, but this is going to be a project, whether it's over the summer or before the fall, to replace windows at Garfield Street. So that's also what we're calling a force account. So Mike and our per diem are going to do that work. The money for the per diem will come out of the capital planning of the $12,243. We're working on that to see which windows are the worst and which need to be replaced. Most of them are going to be downstairs and in the upstairs living room, I think. Is that what we're
Yeah, and I think the office and the bathroom, but I think they're gonna hold off on the bedrooms right now.
Yeah, so we're just gonna make the 12,000 stretch as much as we can and do as many windows as we can. DHCD is already okay with Mike doing the work. They really like the quality of the work that was done in the windows here. So they're gonna go ahead and let us do that. And once again, for the money, we're getting a lot of windows compared to what it would have to go up for bid. So the second project that we have here is the ADA bathroom upgrade, and they proposed $26,266. They dispersed $15,000, and it leaves us $11,200. So we're in the process now of trying to do a change order with that. Also to take the $11,208 and put it in a force account for turnovers. Right now we have a bunch of apartments open, and Mike's been going in, repainting the cabinets, putting new countertops, and new flooring where needed. And also, we've had problems with a lot of the tubs, tiles falling out. So he's put in 3-piece replacements in, which are nice because there's no grout lines. It's just, it makes it look nice. So we're trying to take that $11,208 and push it over, but right now it's just not capital plan, is it's sitting there, but we do have plans to use that. We also have this year put aside a hot water heater. Every year we throw in a hot water heater. If one should break, we always have extra money to pay for one, so it doesn't come out of our budget. So that's money that we had in the last year that carries over in case of an emergency. But now if you go down to the bottom, you see we have another water heater replacement we put in for. We also put in for common entry flooring replacement, and that's all the hallways. We're looking to see if DHCD will approve capital improvement plan for putting new flooring in just the what do you call that, like the stoops?
The landings.
Stairs are just on the landings for downstairs and upstairs. Some of them are in great condition, some of them aren't. So we walked through with our CAT rep, and that's something that they are going to give us money for us to replace that flooring, which, you know, be nice because it's the original flooring. The next one we put in for was a gas furnace replacement. This year, we did have a gas furnace that went, and it was probably about $12,000. So we did put in money, just in case one does go again this year. Sometimes once one stops going, they all stop going. So in case of an emergency, if we lose a furnace, then we do have the money sitting there for a new furnace. And in the last yellow column, you can see $98,618. That's for the kitchen and the countertop replacement plan. We have looked at the kitchens, and the kitchens are probably built better than any of the cabinets we can buy out there. So Mike and our per diem have been sanding down the cabinets, repainting them, putting on new countertops. And I think, are you doing new countertops, new backsplashes?
New hardware.
And new hardware, new faucets.
Yeah.
So right now we proposed the plan. When they do one of these, it's all by numbers through Department of Housing. So they put $98,618 in that account. We might not use it all, but if we don't use it all, we're gonna see if we can split that eventually for the surrounds on the tubs, because that also needs to be done. So if I'm talking too fast, let me know. In year 2024, we have $2,001,645 and
$200,000.
$200,001. No, $200,645.67. Now, if we go towards 25, this is proposed for next year. This will change depending on how much money we spend and how much we can spill over till 2025. But we do also have the kitchen cabinets on there and the countertops. And if you see, it says the buildings in there. So they proposed just for buildings 7 through 10, $98,000. So I think being a forced account and saving the cabinets that we have, I think we're going to be able to take a lot of that money and transfer it to different projects. But right now, we just have to propose it as this. So that's all we have for 2025. In 2026, a further year, these are wish lists. The money hasn't been put out there yet, but they're assuming that this money is going to go right now until 2028. So in 2026, we have more kitchen cabinet projects. That may change depending on what we're going to be spending. We're going to know more or less what we're spending in the next 2 years to take some of that money and put it elsewhere. Then we have the ADA level handle lock sets. So what we'd like to do is change each apartment, their locks, to have a handicapped knob instead of a knob. It's just a push down. So they have that set at $43,516. And in the future, we also have the exterior unit storm and screen door replacements. And on all the backs of the units, they have some new, what would you call it, like a kit that they come in and they replace all the screens. Some of them have the railings built in. So we've started looking into that. So we put so far on the screen door replacement $30,220 in the year 2026. And also, we'd like to keep vacancy turnovers in there. By that year, hopefully our vacancies, the apartments will be at a good place where we'd only need about $4,548 for that. And when you go to the year 2027, it gives us another $28,000. It's really hard to say what we're going to do in the year 2027. So we just put the $28,282 for now towards vacancy turnovers, because I'm sure something may come up, and every single year we have to make this annual plan. So we're just kind of sticking some money there until we see how much money from the first 2 years we can spill over into the next couple of years. So as you can see in the bottom, it shows how much they wanted, how much the maximum we can get is $202,000, and we're going to use all of that. Whatever they give us, we're going to try to spend, and which leads 2025 us having $42,000, 2026 $166,000, 2027 $102,000, and 2028 $102,000. This changes every year, but as of right now, this is our 2024 annual plan that we've submitted. So far, it says in 5 years, we should have gotten $536,000. So with that being said, I'm not sure if you want to see if there's any comments from the tenants.
Any questions from the tenants?
No, I'm just observing. This this is current. We're talking about this.
This is this year's-
Like new stuff. I
Yes.
have 3 questions. The gas outlets I heard is going to be converted to electric. Is that correct?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
We're in the process. That's something totally different from this.
I just wondered.
Yeah, that's totally different from the annual plan.
Gas oven and also solar panels.
Yeah, I don't know anything right now about solar panels, but the state is in the works on talking about converting from gas to electric.
Just wondering.
Yeah.
Expensive. Any other questions?
No.
So, you need a vote on that.
Yep, we just need a vote for the board to go ahead and approve the 2024 Acushnet capital plan.
Motion, please.
I'll make a motion, we approve the 2024 Acushnet Capital Improvement Plan.
And a second. All in favor? Okay, motion
Aye.
passes.
We can adjourn this meeting.
Have a motion, please.
Make a motion, adjourn.
Got a second?
Second.
All in favor? We are now adjourned.